from the southern regions of China. They are Guangdong, Hokkien, and Hainan provinces. The evidence pointing to the immigrants of Chinese settlers in Thailand is seen from the Chinese Grand Association, Language Group Associations. Chinese immigrants to Thailand have brought a Chinese way of life such as food, dressings, African language, culture, tradition, beliefs, and religions. And on the other side, a fine art visits evidence that can appear both in painting, sculpture, and architecture. The places where the Chinese live first, there will always be houses and the regions that are the center of the heart of the Chinese people. So that the building at the old road of Songkhla, Pattani, Nakhon Thammarat, and Phuket. And we can see the Chinese architectural style, so that temple, the style of Chinese style, Bangkok, and anywhere in Thailand. We will also find many traces of architecture. Therefore, the cultural relationship between Thailand and China, there is a continuation since ancient time and reflected through faith, traditions, rituals, and daily life, such as food, art, architecture. And architecture is also the part that shows the influence of the Chinese art that has played a role in Thailand from the past to the present. The Chinese culture has a unique influence on the building architecture. For example, a chart with the decorations of the building showing a distinctive Chinese character, such as dragon ropes decorations. The unique style of Chinese culture is characterized by colorful roofs. The ornaments on the roofs are decorated with various auspicious animals according to the Chinese traditions, and including temple, residential building, and roads. And in this video, we will talk about Chinese architecture that can be seen in Thailand.
Jijin Island Temple. Jijin Island Temple, another famous tourist attraction, is a Chinese temple built in Chinese art on the Chapaya River. You can take a boat that is inside the temple complex and a solid Chinese temple, which is one of the important symbols of the temple. Tourists can see the Chinese church in the distance. There is also Pratma Hajedi Prajom Tatri Thai Chinese to honor his majesty. The king, which tourism come to worship. According to many beliefs, the most outstanding thing in this religious place is Pratma Hajedi Prajom Chatri Thai Chinese Chalerm, which is an stylish Chinese style pagoda. Inside of the pagoda are painting and Taoism poems. There is also a statue of Goose and Eve. Important master the S4, which is the top floor of the Pratmahajedi houses, an important relic that is the Buddha relics. วัดราชโอรสาราม วัดราชโอรสาราม ราชวรวิหาร or วัดจอมทอง In the past, it is a temple of blessed King Ramati. It was built with applied Thai architecture by combining Chinese art with Thai temple building, because it that yesterday with the Chinese was Brahmi art and evaluation. China became popular in Thai society. The bell tower in a pure white Chinese style is decorated with Chinese line painting that tells story of Sayu Sala Kanpalian building look structure in architect Chinese style, decorated with Chinese stucco panel coming the building style in Thai temple style it is very clear that the Chinese art has been used in the temple construction. Both the layout of the temple and building a wall allow is and a small Chinese style building was you allow the foresight of the worship. The entrance to the temple is a Chinese style, though there are Chinese pagoda and lion statue decorated, including the use of the guest house in front of the entrance door to the temple is a ceramic door that is a Chinese sculpture.
Long 1919, post kamjonchoowong is used as a steamer post, which is a passenger ship or cargo that uses firewood as fuel. It is larger than a lifeboat. It is commonly used to sail in the sea or the ocean. The Chinese in the past used to travel by sea to test or migrate to settle in Thailand, come to the post ready to resist foreigners at this post. It is also a source of business trade. The post building is a shop and warehouse for goods imported from foreign countries such as China, Singapore, and Hong Kong. Kamjonchoowong is contrasted with Chinese architecture, as was popular during the reign of King Rama III. The building is a brick and mortar from made of wood, roof made of tile. This is a group of buildings in style of Yuan, which is a building plan design in the Asian Chinese style. It features some buildings connected on three sides in a U-shaped layout with an empire shape in the middle between the three buildings, such as courtyard. Versatile, the building was used of many purposes. The inner building that is located parallel to the river in the main building, Chao Mei Ma Chou Chai Hong San, and the outer two buildings perpendicular to the river, used for office building and warehouse. Later, additional warehouse were built on the bank of the river, connect from the building on both sides to support an immoral amount of goods stature, and the transformation of the original building into housing for workers. With the historical value of kamjonchoowong, a house designed with the ancient Chinese architectural planning of Yuan, the last remaining on the bank of the Chao Phraya River, beautiful with art planning, architectural panel, and picture of the Chinese way of light around the window frame, which is older than 167 years. วัดมงคลกมลวาด or เรื่องเล่ย temple. This temple was built in 1871. It took 8 years to complete the construction. The articulate style is in the southern China style of the Ditkaew artistry. They best depend on the royal temple style, with the first vihan of Thailand in the middle is the Ubosot. Behind the Ubosot is a vihan of the ghost. The construction used wood and bricks as important material. From the entrance going into the fourth Thailand temple, there are 4 ghosts dressed in Chinese relief and holding relief weapon and item.
แสงธรรมชาย or Am Teng Kong. It is another old shrine in Phuket. It is hundreds of years old. The impression is on the beauty of the architecture in traditional Chinese style. The building is the form of a small, compact Chinese cape with a stucco on the roof of a dragon and Chinese dolls. It is popular in Hokkien province. Decorate beautiful. In addition, with the shrine there is a black line drawing in a square full covered square on both sides. Depiction the story of Si Ying Gui or of the Shim dynasty. It is the legend of the past Thep Ong Suan Thai son when he was a human being before. Leng Gui Jiang Shai or Lim Kon Niao Shai. Leng Gui Jing Shai as one for divided into central hall. There is a left wing and right wing decorated. In the front of the building has an altar of angels. The central hall has 3 altars. The middle pedestal was kamjonchoowong as the presiding deity and Chao Mei Thap Tim. The left platform is Chao Mei Lim Kon Niao and Nong Chao Mei Lim Kon Niao. And the right president is Through Lao Ye or Tiger Godfather. In the hall on the right are the ghosts of Sia Jiang Kun and Quang Ying. And the left hall has Guan U and the god Kun Thơ Kun.
In conclusion, it is because Thailand and China have a long relationship, including Chinese immigrants to Thailand since ancient time, making Thai and Chinese culture to be harmoniously mixed both in terms of culture, art, belief, religion,